Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thomas Nation, the show where independence meets culture. This is your host, Adrian Thomas. Today, I have with me a fellow HBCU scholar. Please welcome from Claflin University, Kentrell Thomas.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Trell, tell me about your experience at Claflin.
Oh, my experience at Claflin. Well, I started early because my HBCU and a lot of HBCUs offer programs that allow high students to get ahead on their classes for the upcoming school year while also getting them used to a college based setting. So, doing that for 4 years before I even attended Claflin helped me. And then once I got on campus, everything came so smooth. Of course, everyone is so helpful. Everyone is always willing to lend a hand. And of course, we with our people. So it is just a wonderful thing just to see so many smart African Americans.
And are you familiar with any fellow scholars that you went to Claflin with?
Yeah, I still keep up with a couple of my friends, but the one thing they don't tell you is the life after college. It's hard to keep up with them.
All right. Now, what can you think of about advantages that HBCUs have over PWIs?
Main thing is the culture. You can, yes, there is a large number of African Americans at predominantly white institutions, but just always being around your people at the HBCU, and sometimes with the culture, you just have different types of events that PWIs might try to imitate, but it won't hit the same that a HBCU will.
Okay, and what kind of disadvantages do you think they will have?
Well, disadvantages is one thing that you always have to admit, which is racism. As we know, sometimes corporations and other large companies tend to not hire most HBCU graduates, all because it isn't the biggest name out there at that current time.
All right, now, what kind of advantages would PWIs have over HBCUs?
Since they usually get more funding than HBCUs, they are able to establish more of a variety of options and connections for their students.
And what kind of options would there be?
What kind of options for a PWI? They have multiple Fortune 500 companies because the main thing with life itself is it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So those being connected to higher people up in the ladder than maybe it's somebody that a HBCU might have reached out to, and now all them opportunities going to that PWI instead of that HBCU.
Now, what kind of achievements have you had during your time at Claflin University?
Whew, that freshman year, I had no intentions of winning, but I ended up winning a position on SGA. My first year being there, it was just a junior SGA, not the official one, but just starting out, it was nice, and that opened up my way into finding my actual love and changing my major to politics.
And since you had a motive for changing your major, were you able to achieve more in that major when you were a senior?
Oh, absolutely. I did not have to take any more math classes because we all know math is not my strong suit.
Now, as you grew towards Claflin, what kind of adjustments have you made to yourself in order to succeed better?
Claflin allowed me to discover a lot about myself. It allowed me to discover how much I could tolerate. It allowed me to find love at one point, even, and also get heartbroken. So I went through a plethora of changes with Claflin, and I regret none of it.
Okay, we have run out of time. Thank you for joining me, Trail.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And thank all of you for joining me on this great show. Next time, we will discuss how HBCUs can thrive in order to counter these disadvantages. This has been Thomas Culture with Adrian Thomas, and I'll see you next time.